Okay, we're live. Welcome back, everybody. It's still Giving Tuesday, so happy Giving Tuesday again. For those of you who are just joining in for the day, welcome. If you've been keeping tabs on us, thank you. My name is Catherine. I'm the Development and Communications Coordinator for Southside Center of Hope, and I am here with Kylie, who is one of our Hope ambassadors. Just to give you a little bit of context, we created the Hope Ambassadors program pretty early on in the quarantine. It was something that was kind of already in the works, but we pushed it forward a lot faster when everyone was sent to stay at home, because what the Hope Ambassadors have is an opportunity to volunteer virtually. So, what Kylie and our other Hope ambassadors have been doing for the last several months is helping Southside Center of Hope push its mission further out into, the universe by supporting us through social media. So that could be sharing posts, creating their own posts, Facebook fundraisers, just kind of helping us spread the word and to reach a new group of people, and to just share with their friends and family and followers and coworkers, whoever they might be connected with, that they support Southside Center of Hope. So with all that being said, welcome, Kylie.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being part of our Hope Ambassadors program.
Of course.
So, today is Giving Tuesday, so I wanted to give everybody an opportunity, well, not everybody, but, anyone who was willing and able to share kind of their own personal connection with Southside Center of Hope. So that is what I'm hoping that you can tell us today. Just what brought you to Southside Center of Hope? Why did you choose to support our mission? Kind of just, what it means to you to be involved as a Hope ambassador.
Well, thank you so much for having me, first and foremost. I think what really brought me to Southside Center of Hope was a New Year's resolution that I made, which was to give back to my community in some way. I felt like I had been settled, and I wanted to figure out how to do that. And then a couple months later, COVID hit. And so I found that the Southside Ambassador program was so easy. And I really didn't kick off with it until my birthday. I decided to do a fundraiser with them. And I was amazed by the results. I hadn't used Facebook in a year. And I had to change the goal, I think 3 or 4 times. And it was just incredible. But I guess to answer your other question about like a personal connection that I have, I grew up as an only child with my mom, and we used a lot of services and a lot of things in my community that really helped us, and I see that from Southside Center of Hope, definitely.
Yeah, and your birthday fundraiser actually was like one of the most amazing fundraisers that I had ever seen. I think you started at like a $200 goal and ended
Started
up
low.
raising like $700.
People were coming out of the woodworks. It was incredible.
So I think that really is a true testament to the power of social media. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for connecting us with your network, because it's little things like that, and like you said, people that you maybe hadn't really been in much contact with, you had been off of Facebook, and they just came to show their support because you showed yours, and it really does make a huge difference. So you had mentioned growing up with your mom, and that maybe you had utilized some services, some supportive services yourself, and that is a way that you kind of feel connected with the women and children that we serve here. So, with that being said, I'm interested if you have any thoughts on, why other people should join you in supporting Southside Center of Hope, and kind of just your perspective on, why we need to be able to continue to do this work, and the value and the impact that we might be able to make.
Yeah, definitely. I think growing up, I never realized how useful those services were. I didn't necessarily realize the help and the impact, but I do remember the specific people that were there to help. And when I talk with my mother about it, it wasn't this huge network of people. It was really just a few great people around her, supporting her and directing her to the right place. And a lot of times I find that people just need a good starting point. They need to feel accepted. And when people don't know where else to go, it's very helpful to have one person there to kind of direct you that way. So whether it's actually raising money for Southside Center of Hope, or giving out that information for other people to know, whether they have relatives or people they're connected to that might be able to use Southside Center of Hope as a resource for them. Those are both two things that I'm very passionate about.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for all you've done to help us, push our mission forward. We are very, very thankful for all the work that you and the Hope Ambassadors are doing.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a few more things that I'm going to say, but I will let you leave and get on with your rest of your Giving Tuesday. So everyone say bye to Kylie.
Bye.
And thank you again. So I love the Hope Ambassadors program. And I love it for a variety of reasons. But I think number one is just because it's so easily accessible. Anyone can participate. You can do it from home. You can do it while you're on vacation. You can do it during the holiday season while you're visiting family. It's a very, very easy way to get involved and to, really do something powerful. While it might not seem like much, sharing a post on social media, it really could make all of the difference. We say this all the time, you never know who's watching. You never know who's struggling, and you just by simply sharing a post, you might reach someone who is in need of services, or maybe, almost ready for recovery and sees an amazing story from one of our alumni, and that gives them that hope that they need, to transform their lives. It really, you never know. So I would encourage everyone, hopefully you're passionate about our agency, but whatever you're passionate about, share that with people, because you never know. You never know if you don't ask. You never know if you don't try. So let me stop rambling, because I do have some information that I want to share with you all, and it's very poignant, I think, to respect of what our Hope Ambassadors do, and spreading awareness not only about our program, but we always have this underlying element of spreading awareness about addiction and recovery and addiction treatment, because the Hope Ambassadors help us with that, and it's so important. Awareness is so important to us because there is such a stigma attached with drug addiction, and we are trying our hardest, along with many other agencies like ours, to break that stigma. Some people think that those who use drugs, people who use drugs, that they have a lack of self-control or a lack of willpower, or that they're just choosing to do it, that addiction is a choice. I think that's a very common thought. And the reality of it, and our belief here at Southside Center of Hope, how we operate, is that addiction is a disease. It is something that completely disrupts, your brain chemistry. It completely alters the way that you function, to a point, that we see to be quite devastating, in a lot of people's lives. It's not always, or not right away, but it not only impacts the person who is using the drugs, it impacts everyone around them, their families, just as much as the individual's life is changed. Everyone that they come in contact with, everyone that they love, it's a very widespread effect, that takes place when people are suffering from addiction. And so that is a reality that we see and that we try to share, to kind of end that stigma and to just shed light on the fact that people have varying experiences. There are varying reasons why people start using drugs. There are various reasons why people continue using drugs. But what it kind of all boils down to is that, you are not your addiction. While it is something that a person might struggle with for their entire life, it doesn't define you. It doesn't have to define you. And in a lot of cases, there's a misunderstanding there where it does become, a stamp or a label. We're trying to break that stigma very, very hard. And you all are going to be able to help us do that just by sharing our messages of hope. So I wanted to share all of that, I guess, and round it out to say something that we spoke about with Lisa earlier in our earlier live stream. It's just that, recovery from addiction, it's ongoing, just like any other disease that you might, encounter in your lifetime. It's ongoing. You have to work on it. You have to think about it. It's a lifelong process. So that's just our understanding of addiction. And I wanted to share that with you, especially right now where we're talking about the Hope Ambassadors, because, we're a very small staff here. A lot of our focus is on our residents. So our volunteers and our supporters and our network, that is really what gives us the opportunity to spread our message. So we are so thankful for our Hope Ambassadors. I'm so thankful for Kylie for joining us today. And, so thankful for everyone who is tuned in today or any other day, to help us spread that awareness and to end the stigma. So I'll leave it at that for now because I will be back later. But thank you for joining us. Happy Giving Tuesday. Please share this message and anything else that you find compelling throughout the day. And leave me a comment. Let me know if you're here, if you find anything interesting, if you have any questions. I'll be taking a look at everything. So I will see you all again soon. I will be back probably in about 45 minutes. So thank you.